going to start my speech off today by telling you a little story about a little girl. Her mother's name was Yvonne, and she sat down with a reporter for NPR, whose name was Charlene Huntergalt, to talk about an incident that happened with her daughter. Her daughter was playing outside when she was kidnapped, and for 2 days was missing. Her mother, immediately when she found out, reported it to the authorities, and the authorities searched for the rest of the day. When they couldn't find her that night, they called off the search, and 2 days later, Yvonne, when she went to answer the door, her daughter was standing outside with blood covering her legs. She immediately took her daughter to the hospital, and the doctors told them that she had, during the 2 days while she was missing, been repeatedly raped. Her daughter was only 6 years old, which is the shocking part. This is a really gruesome story, and she had to go to the hospital many trips, had surgery, but she finally started recovering. But because the damage to her womb was so bad, she's never going to fully be recovered, and she'll never be able to reproduce. As shocking as it is, the story is actually something that happens way too frequently in South Africa. And this epidemic first came to my attention when I was in class last semester. My professor was telling me about how his daughter and son-in-law had just adopted a daughter from South Africa. There's organizations like this that help women and young children out of South Africa so that they can help eliminate them being victims to rape. Today I'm going to talk to you about the rape epidemic that's happening in South Africa, the reasons it's happening and the things that are encouraging it, the organizations that are doing what they can to stop it, and how you guys can do something small to make a big difference. This rape epidemic has been growing at a really astounding rate, and it's not looking like it's going to slow down anytime soon. South African rape article written by R. Horton shows that women in South Africa is on average raped every 83 seconds. And an overwhelming amount of these girls are 15 years of age and younger. About 380,000 women per year are raped, and about 1 in 4 of these females will experience rape at least once in their lifetime. In another article that I read by Linda Richer, she tells a story about how a 9-month-old was raped in a park after her mother walked off just briefly to do something. The baby's stomach was burst open because of the insertion. Obviously she was so young. And she later talks in the article about, for this even to be possible, the perpetrator must make a common channel between the vagina and the anal cavity, which is immediately, obviously, life-threatening to the child. After seeing the trend in all the ages of the girls that were being raped, I wondered why men were so commonly doing this, and I began researching all the reasons and the motivating factors. A few of the reasons, and the most popular reasons, were one, the lack of authority in these areas. When women were raped, they didn't feel that they could go and report the rapes to any of the authorities because they told them that they were stupid, they didn't believe them. Actually, Horton says that only 1 in every actual 20 incidents of rape, only 1 was reported. Another really prevalent reason is the increase in gangs. Jack rolling is a term that Sujit says is a term for gang rape, which was coined in South Africa and is considered a young cult there. A form of initiation for them is to rape these women, and in order to stay in the gang, their goal is to get every woman that's under the age of 26 pregnant. The last and most prevalent reason that I have found is what is known as the virgin myth. This myth, Richter says, is a myth that a person believes that they can be cured of AIDS or HIV by raping a virgin, which makes a lot more sense that the age of the girls that they're raping is so young, because they feel that the younger the girl is, the better chance that they're a virgin, and the better chance of that would be curing them of their disease. This is obviously a very sick and horrible epidemic that's being spread around, and it needs to be stopped. And luckily there are a lot of great organizations around to help the rape victims. A few of them that I've researched, one being WAR, which stands for Women Against Rape, help provide legal information and advocacy for these women. Another one is Women Against Violence Against Women, and they help talk to the girls after the assaults and help care for them after them. The last one that I'm going to be talking about today is the Teddy Bear Clinic, which has been around for 24 years now, and they've helped over 565 women, after their assaults. Each of these organizations has websites that you guys can go to and either donate monetarily or make purchases of the merchandise, which helps the organizations. If you can't monetarily help by donating, another really big way of helping is by talking and spreading the word like I've told you guys about tonight. Tell them about Yvonne's 6-year-old daughter who was raped reportedly for 2 days. Tell them about the thousands of little girls who have been raped every year, about the myths, the virgin myth, the lack of authority in this country, and the gangs that are going around. And lastly, tell them how you can help just as I've told you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this or listen to me tonight, and thank you.